In this video, we're going to go over the butt pain muscle and how to release it for instant relief. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, we're going to focus on quickly getting rid of a pain in the butt. What usually causes pain in this area is because of a blend of weakness and tightness in the glutes, which make up the buttocks and the piriformis muscles. To make getting relief easy, we're going to go over exercises that are going to help lengthen, but more importantly, strengthen these muscles for both quick and long-lasting relief. A note about the exercises, each one works just a little bit differently. To get the best results, go through them all, use what gives you the most relief. With that being said, let's get started. If you're in a lot of pain right now, the first thing that you need to do is focus on releasing as much muscle tension and tightness as quickly as possible. Here's a couple different methods that can give relief within 30 seconds. The first one is called the modified happy baby. What we're going to do is lie flat on our back in bed or on a floor. Put your legs together, have your knees slightly bent. Take your arms and just cradle around your knees like this. Now imagine rocking a baby from side to side, but you're going to do the same thing just with your knees. But as you do this, try to drive your knees downward like this towards one side while also rocking through your hips as much as you can. As you do this, you're going to feel a deep stretch form on the outside of your hips into the glutes, into the piriformis muscles, and it usually feels really, really good. But experiment with as many different positions as possible. Try to stretch into this one as much as possible. What you're going to find is one certain position just really hits that tightness the best. Like when I go towards my left side right here, I just feel a deep stretch right into my right hip, into the glutes. At that point, hold that spot for a couple seconds, relax, and then keep repeating this over and over again until everything is nice and loose. So the next position we're going to build into a figure four, which really helps target the glutes and the piriformis. So whatever side that you're having the most amount of pain, let's say it's your right side, take that side's ankle and place over your other side's knee. So when you look up right here, it should look like a figure four. What I like to do with this one is just take my bent knee and press it away from me as much as I can until I feel the muscles around the hip, including the glutes and the piriformis, start to engage. Hold that comfortably for about 5 seconds, relax, and then repeat this a couple more times. And with each repetition, just try to build into it as much as you can. And I do recommend doing this on both sides just to keep everything in balance. But this is how you can really take it to the next level. So let's get back into our original position right here, but I'm not going to press my knee away. I'm just gonna kind of let it sit right there. Take your hands and go right through the opening created by your legs and grab right on the back of your thigh. What you want to do is now pull that knee back towards you. So I'm just taking this back leg and pulling it towards my chest. As you do this, you're going to feel a deep stretch into the glute and the piriformis. So just build into this one slowly. Hold this right here for about 20 to 30 seconds. Release it and then repeat it a couple more times. And if you would like to take this one to even the next level, do that happy baby rocking motion from side to side like this as you do it. It just offers a little bit deeper of a stretch. Wow, that is really deep on that right side. So give that a try. If any of these movements are helping you out a little bit more at that point, throw more repetitions in. Here's a really easy muscle release that you can do right in a chair. Let's start off by getting in a figure four position, which is going to help target the glutes and the piriformis muscles. So whatever side that you're having the most amount of pain, let's say it's your right side, take that side's ankle and place over your other side's knee. So when you look down, it should look like a figure four. I know a lot of people are going to struggle to get into this position, so this is how you can make it a little bit easier. Just straighten this other leg out like this and place your ankle over your other side's shin. At that point, just grab your pant leg, or in front of the shin and then slide it up into position. But I'm going to go through a couple different movements that are going to target the muscles just a little bit differently. So what I'm going to do first is take my hands and cup around this bent knee. And what you want to do is slowly pull this knee towards the other side shoulder across your body. And as you do this, aim to feel a really good stretch form on the outside of your leg right here that works towards the hips into the glutes. Once you feel it into the glutes, you then want to hold this comfortably for 20 to 30 seconds and just do nice, slow, controlled breathing. Let out as much tension as you can. From there, just relax and then repeat this a couple more times. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. And with all of these exercises, I do recommend doing it on the other side just to help keep everything in balance. So the next movement, what we're going to focus on doing is actively engaging these muscles to see if we can get them to release just a little bit more. So what I'm going to do with this bent knee is press it down towards the floor, but I'm not going to use my hands. Instead, I'm just going to use my leg strength to press that knee down. Keep building into this one slowly until you feel the muscles around the hips, including the glutes, start to fire. Then hold this comfortably for 5 seconds, relax, and then repeat this one 5 to 10 times. But if it feels like it's helping out and there's a little bit more tightness left, you can throw in another set or two. So let's take this movement to the next level and focus on adding some more movements in through the back to see if we can get some more relief. So what I'm going to do this time around is press my knee down, hold it, take my arms, put them out in front of me, kind of like this, kind of like a genie position, and then I'm just going to slowly rotate towards the other side. So I'm just kind of turning through my lower back and rotating towards the other side. This time around, you should feel the really good activation of the muscles around the hips that works throughout the pelvis into the lower back. Again, hold that one for 5 seconds, relax, do it about 5 times. You can also rotate towards the side of pain. If you feel like that one helps out a little bit more, throw a couple reps in that direction. The last movement, and this one is probably my favorite, is going to involve a tilting or leaning motion that's really going to open up the hips and the lower back. So let's press that knee down towards the floor, hold it, and then what I'm going to do is just have very good upright posture, have your back as straight as possible, and you just want to tilt towards the non-painful side. When you do this one, aim to feel a really good stretch form on the top of the pelvis right here that works towards the lower back into the bottom of the ribs. Once you feel that, hold it for 5 seconds, relax, and then repeat this about 5 times. But go through all of those movements. You're probably going to find that one just helps you out a little bit more. At that point, throw more repetitions in. So now let's focus on getting long-lasting relief by strengthening the glutes and the piriformis muscles. One of the easiest ways to be able to do this is with an exercise called the clamshell bridge. Just lie flat on your back in bed or on a floor. What you want to do is take your feet and press them together, and then take your knees right here and then wing them down towards the floor as much as you can. As you do this, you should feel a deep stretch form on the inner part of your thigh that works towards the groin into the hips. What I like to do is hold this for about 3 to 5 seconds and then relax, and repeat this about 10 times. What it does is it brings blood flow in, circulation, warms things up, and makes the bridge just a little bit easier to do. So it's kind of like a butterfly flapping motion like this. But once you feel those muscles are finally warmed up, what we're going to do now is build into the bridge. So let's get back into our original position. Press your feet together, let's wing our knees down, but this time around, let's brace our core muscles. It's kind of like when somebody tries to poke you in your stomach, how you tense up. Mimic that and hold that, and then also squeeze your glutes to activate them. Take your hands, put them off to your side for support. So the movement is just taking the hips right here and driving them upward towards the ceiling as much as you can. The goal is to have your body in a nice straight line from your knees to your hips to your shoulders. But if you're unable to get into that position, do the best you can. But in this position, you should feel a ton of muscles start to fire. The core, the back, around the hips, but more importantly, into the glutes. You want to hold this comfortably for 5 seconds. Relax on the next repetition. Try to build into it just a little bit more. Repeat this 10 times. But if it feels like you have a little bit more energy, challenge yourself by throwing in another set or two. So one of the best and safest ways to help strengthen the glutes and piriformis muscles is with an exercise I like to call the kick and hydrant. For this one, we're going to start on all fours like this on a floor. Whatever side that you're having the most amount of pain, let's say it's your right side, take that leg and straighten it as much as you can while keeping the top of your foot right here flat on the floor. Just gonna point your toes away from you, slide it away. You should feel a really good stretch form in your calves that works upward towards the back of your leg, over the hamstrings, into the glutes. Really focus on feeling it around the hips into the glutes. Once you feel that, you're going to hold that position and then slowly raise your leg up like this so it's in line with your body. In this position, you're going to feel a ton of muscles start to fire. The core, lower back, but especially around the legs and the glutes. Once you feel that, you're going to hold this right here for 5 seconds, relax, and then repeat this on the other side. I like to do this one for about 5 repetitions on both sides. It just kind of warms things up and gets it ready to take it to the next level. So to take this one to the next level, we're now going to build into what is called the hydrant. So this time around, instead of going straight back like this, what I'm going to do is take that knee on the painful side, keep it bent roughly at 90 degrees, and just raise it up slightly. At that point, I'm going to swing it out like this and look upward towards the ceiling at the same time. So I'm kind of rotating my whole body towards that painful side. And now you know why we call this one the hydrant. You're going to feel the muscles get hit just a little bit differently. I really feel it around the glutes, around the hips, especially the outside of the hips. Hold this for about 3 to 5 seconds, relax, and then repeat it on the other side. Again, try to do this one for about 5 repetitions, but this is how we're going to really take it to the next level and do the kick and hydrant. So I'm going to get back into my hydrant like this, building into it as much as I can. When I can't go any further, what I'm going to do at that point is then kick my foot outward, and this one is really going to get those glutes to activate. My right glutes are really screaming at this point. Hold this comfortably for about 3 to 5 seconds, relax, again try to repeat that on the other side. But go through all of these movements. You're probably going to find that one just helps you out the most. At that point, throw more repetitions in. If the exercises help, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.